What's up, Brewmatures fans? It's time for another summer beer review. Today we've got the Brewery's Bragg Racer. That's right, everybody. Summer beer time. I figured it was a good time to do Bragg Racer. This is a brandy barrel-aged braggot ale with honey, raspberries, and Tahitian vanilla beans.
So many questions
It's a little time.
already. It's only like 2 minutes into the or a second into the video. What's a braggot beer?
Braggot ale? I have no
Braggot
idea.
ale.
No idea. It's a type of ale.
It's not gonna be on
It's
here.
not on there. Yeah, no. I picked this one out as a summer beer because, not us, but a lot of people don't want to drink stouts during the hot months of the summer. However, a barrel-aged ale, on the other hand, usually just a tad lighter. And this one has a lot of light flavors in it. Honey, raspberries, and vanilla.
I love raspberries.
So do I. Hopefully they come through a lot in this one. On the back, it says, "Start your engines, it's race time." We've been enjoying our explorations into braggot styles, and this is the next and most delicious step in that journey. Inspired by our 2021 pilot release, Brag About It, this braggot ale is bringing all the honey fruity complexity on a beeline to your taste buds. After aging in brandy barrels, we treated with honey, raspberries, and Tahitian vanilla beans. This was 2022 release and part of my brewery membership back then. So we're breaking it out now.
I love raspberries, I like honey, and I like vanilla. I wish this was a stout, but you know, you can't always get what you want.
But if you try sometimes, you might get what you need.
I don't think anybody needs beer.
You do. Well, that's enough talking. Let's get to drinking. Let's open this beer.
So a braggot ale
Yeah.
is a mead made with hops and grain.
Grains.
And grain. I literally just read that 2 seconds ago. I can't remember. I'm not a brewer. Look how red my face is now. I'm embarrassed.
Here is your cap. And yeah, this. Oh, there we go. Oh, the black one. That paper is so much nicer than the wax. I doubt that the wax really helps keep oxygen out that much compared to just putting it on there.
Why?
But who's to say?
Why do you doubt
It
that?
does look cool.
Wax does not allow oxygen into its body.
It's true. Yeah, like we looked it up. Braggot ale. It was like, oh, when beer meets mead, beer meets honey. And I think they're going more of the beer honey route rather than a mead that's been fermented with, what did you say, hops and grain?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is going to be very sweet. Especially it's got raspberry in there, so maybe a little bit of tartness to it.
It smells like a mead.
Oh boy. A mead, but also it has the caramely notes that I get from some barley wines.
Wow, it smells like mead. You know what mead is?
I do. I reviewed one with our friend Damaris right over here.
I don't think you know what mead is if you're telling me that this smells like a barley wine.
Barley wines are a type of ale, and this is a braggot ale.
But where's mead?
Mead's not a beer.
I could have told you that. It was a trick question. I know mead.
I'm no mead. But yeah, it smells really, really sweet.
All I smell is honey.
Like juice. It's very juicy smelling, like a juice box.
Juicy. Well, like what kind of juice then? Because juice is not just juice. It has to be like apple juice.
This is like a grape-based mixed berry. Like a grape cranberry.
What are you smelling? Let me smell. My nose in there. Sorry. It just smells like honey.
Maybe that's it. I get like the honey sweetness is it's just being very fruity and berry-like to me.
Raspberries.
Yeah. Juice box.
Oh. Fuck. My breath is gonna catch on fire.
The alcohol is with this one, friends.
Holy shit. Sorry, Mom.
That's hot. Wow.
Wow.
But there's a sweetness to it at the end. I get the caramel and raspberry sticks out at the end to me. Just that little bit of like a tartness. That's very fleeting, but the alcohol is really coming through strong here.
I think I get everything. I get the honey, I get the raspberry, and I get the vanilla.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still
and
looking for vanilla.
all the alcohol. I think the vanilla comes at the end with the raspberry for me. More of a, not just vanilla, because it does say vanilla beans, and this is actually the bean taste. I feel like this is kind of reminding me of some of the hotter fundamental coordinates that we did.
Okay. I get it.
Remember that really hot one that we had?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that, but then also I get this sweetness and the tartness from the raspberry at the end with the vanilla bean. But the honey is just like the whole way through. I get honey, and it's just hot as hell.
I'll tell you what. Sip number 2 singed my nose hairs. That was, I could feel it in my nose. That's how hot that was on the second sip.
Is this not doing it for you? Is it too hot?
It might be too hot. Not that I won't drink it, but this is definitely one that, not because you can feel it, and we'll see here in a little bit if we can feel it, but it's so hot, I need to take a break in between each sip to let my mouth and my nose like reset and kind of like forget what happened, and then be like, okay, here we go again.
I'm feeling it in my chest like a
hug.
liquor. Yeah, like this is, I don't think I've ever had this from a beer before. Where I feel it go down like a liquor.
And this isn't bourbon, this is brandy. And brandy, as far as I know, is supposed to be like a sweeter, like a sweet bourbon, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about it. I gotta know how many decimal places are the ABV.
I love it. 1.
ABV-wise, 1 decimal place. I feel like I'm gonna get this wrong. Just because of how hot it is. This is gonna definitely throw me off. I mean, this is up there with like Black Tuesday for me. I'm gonna say this is a 17.5%.
Oh, so wrong.
Was it only like 13% or something?
No, way higher.
Way higher than what I guessed?
Not way higher, but higher.
Higher than 17.5. 18.6.
Okay, higher.
19.8?
Higher.
No way. It's over 20%?
It's 20.1.
That explains why it's so hot. This beer is 20% alcohol. Holy crap. Whew. If you want something that's going to make you forget about the heat, this will do it.
It's really good. I really, really, really like it. I wish there was a little bit more raspberry in it, but I am getting the raspberry.
Wow. 20.1%.
It's a brandy barrel aged.
I'm trying to think of the last time I had a 20% beer. I don't know if it
had to have been a
Black
brewery,
Tuesday
yeah.
Grand Reserve or Reserve was this high, I think. And before that it was Fundamental Forces when Rafa and I reviewed that. You can check that out over there. Wow. Yeah, that explains why it's so hot, and it's probably less than a year old. I did this. Wow, there it is. It's hitting. I got this at the end of my membership from last year. So we're saying like September or October. Yeah, not even a year old. Hasn't had time to mellow out at all. Wow.
I'm not mad at that. I would rather have it. I would have probably drank this fresh if I saw how big that ABV was and it was brandy barrel aged. If it were me, I would have wanted to drink it as fresh as possible because I like the heat from the alcohol.
Yeah, I don't hate it either. I'm just saying I think for a lot of people, if you cellar this for a while, I think you'll be rewarded. You're gonna have a nice, really sweet barley wine-esque beer. But I think they accomplished everything they wanted to here.
Yeah, I get all of it. Did you find the vanilla beans yet?
Yeah, when we started talking about like fundamental coordinates and some of those hot ones, I think it was Uganda or Papua New Guinea. One of those was like the hot one. And yeah, you're good.
I like it a lot.
What are you going to give it?
A 5.
A 5? Oof.
You can't give it less than a 5 just because it's hot. It's a 20% beer.
I can, because they could have made it less ABV.
But they didn't, and you know what you were getting into when you bought it.
I didn't buy it. This came with the membership.
Okay, you know what you're getting into when you got the membership.
They just threw this to me and said, "Hey, take this with you."
You know the brewery. If you know, you know.
You know, you know.
You're not going to go to the brewery and be like, I'm just going to run up to this brewery, call it the brewery, and get this 20% beer. No. You know, you know.
I'm going to give this a 4.75.
You're wrong. He gives it a 5.
No. 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 Nah, dog.
I don't agree with that because it says right on the label, 20.1% for a beer.
It was covered up for me, however.
Okay, but you can't. That's just a cute little game we do. If you're going to go to the brewery and you're going to get this, and you're going to see that's 20% beer, you're going to realize, okay, it's going to singe my nose hairs.
No, but this was really hot. I mean, I've had 20% beers that are super smooth. I mean, we reviewed Black Tuesday Grand Reserve, and I don't know if that's going to even be out yet by the time this comes up.
I would buy this over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, 4.75, I mean, it's an A, near an A plus from you, so... We definitely recommend this one if you have it cellared. If you want it hot, drink it now. If you want it to mellow down, I say wait another couple years, maybe 3, 4, 5 years. It's super hot. I mean, who knows? I mean, some beers don't mellow out ever. So, you know, to each their own. If you like it, you like it. But that's going to do it for today's beer review. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload new videos. You don't want to miss the next one. But until then, we're the Bruery trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time.